The quiet of the suburban evening was broken only by the rhythmic thud of sneakers on pavement. Jamal, a 14-year-old boy with a lean build and an arm still sore from basketball practice, coasted down the tree-lined street on his mountain bike. Sweat clung to his temple, the sun setting behind him in streaks of orange and pink. He was almost home. Just one more block. He wasn't thinking about anything except dinner. Maybe his mom had made that baked mac and cheese she promised last week. Maybe his little sister hadn't beaten him to the last soda. Maybe, just maybe, he could finish that video game level he'd been stuck on for days. But life has a way of rewriting even the simplest stories. A sudden flash of red and blue lights bathed the quiet street in chaos. The low hum of a patrol car grew louder, tires crunching slowly behind him. Jamal didn't flinch. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He had his school ID in his backpack. His bike had his name etched under the seat. This was his neighborhood. The cruiser rolled up beside him. A loud voice cut through the dusk. "Hey, stop right there." Jamal skidded to a halt. He turned, confusion knitting his brow. "What's wrong?" he asked calmly. A stocky white officer, maybe mid-40s, stepped out, hand resting casually near his belt. Not yet on his gun, but close enough. His face wore a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. "Where'd you get that bike?" Jamal blinked. "It's mine. I ride it to practice every day." The cop gave a short laugh. Got some ID?" Jamal reached for his backpack slowly, hands clearly visible. "Yeah. In here. Keep your hands where I can see 'em," the cop snapped. From a few porches down, blinds shifted. An older woman peeked through the curtains. A man watering his lawn froze, eyes narrowing. No one said a word. "Look, sir," Jamal said carefully. "My name's Jamal Daniels. I live just over there. My dad's in Special Forces. He's gonna be here any minute." That's when the cop chuckled, loud and derisive. "You expect me to believe that?" His grip on Jamal's wrist tightened. "A kid like you?" Jamal's cheeks flushed with heat. He felt it, that familiar mix of humiliation and anger. He was trying to do everything right, polite, calm, but that didn't matter. "Not here. Not now. You're under suspicion for bike theft," the officer said. "We'll get this sorted downtown." Jamal swallowed hard. This was happening. It was happening again. And this time, it felt worse. Because he wasn't a kid anymore. Because he had done nothing wrong. Because they never listened. Then, the sound of screeching tires cut through the night. A sleek black SUV roared around the corner and came to a stop behind the patrol car. Dust rose around it like smoke. The door opened with a heavy thud, and a boot stepped out. Then another. Then a man. He wasn't in uniform, but he didn't need to be. You could feel it before you saw it. The presence, the discipline, the authority. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with a stone-cold stare that could silence a crowd. Jamal's heart leapt. "Dad," the officer turned. "Sir, please step back." But he didn't get to finish. "Get your hand on my son," the man said, voice even, quiet, too quiet. "Sir, this is police business. My son is my business." The second officer stepped out from the cruiser, suddenly alert, sensing the shift in energy. "We had a call about a stolen bike." The kid fit the description. "You mean a black kid on a bike?" the father asked, voice still calm, but laced with steel. He reached into his jacket, slowly, and produced an ID. "Military, Special Forces, top clearance." The officer's face lost color. His jaw twitched. He looked at the ID, then at Jamal, then back again. "Look," the first officer mumbled. "We were just what?" The father cut in. "Teaching my son that no matter how hard he works, how polite he is, how good he is, he'll still be seen as a suspect before he's seen as a child." The silence was brutal. Even the hum of the engine seemed to die down. "Uncuff him," he said, and this time, it wasn't a request. The officer fumbled with the cuffs. Jamal flexed his wrist as the cold metal came off. His father didn't move. He just watched, eyes steady, like he was daring them to say another word. When they were done, he stepped beside Jamal, placing a protective hand on his shoulder. "You good?" he asked softly. Jamal nodded. "Yeah," he lied. As the patrol car pulled away, tail lights glowing faint in the dusk, father and son stood alone in the silence. They didn't speak for a long time. Then Jamal asked, voice small, "Why is it always like this?" His dad looked down at him, eyes tired but kind. He thought for a moment. "Because some people need proof before they show you respect," he said. "But you don't owe them proof, Jamal. Not your story. Not your worth." They walked the rest of the way home together. Jamal's bike squeaked gently under his hand. His dad didn't say much. He didn't need to. Because Jamal finally understood, His dad's strength wasn't just in his rank, or his uniform, or the missions he never talked about. It was in the way he stood, calm, unshaken, in how he faced the world with dignity when others tried to strip it away. That night, as Jamal lay in bed, he replayed everything: the flashing lights, the tight grip, the shame, but also his father's voice, his presence, his power. He realized then that he wasn't just the son of a soldier. He was the son of a warrior, and that meant something. Tomorrow, the world might treat him the same, but he wouldn't be the same, and that was a beginning.